This is the S&P 500 one-day reading for August 23rd, 2022. It's currently July 30th, 2022, 11:34 p.m. Eastern Time. The overall theme and behavior for the day, we have a drop to and through a support level followed by a return to that support, reusing that support level that we had previously broken through. So it's kind of like a drop with like a half of a retracement, and that half of a retracement brings you above the important price level that we break through on the way down in the drop. The high card is nullified. Normally this is like an important technical level, an important resistance level, and being that it's nullified, there's a couple things that it could mean based on what I'm seeing here. Okay, so this is interesting. The prior day we have we have the same card. We have two congruencies. We've got the Two of Swords and we have the Four of Cups. Here we have the Four of Cups and the Two of Swords, and the Two of Swords is nullified. So end of day price level likely the same as the high here on the 23rd. Well, no, because it's nullified. If it wasn't nullified, that would likely be the same price level. What I think I'm picking up here is we have a breakout out of the low, right? We have a big move to the upside, the start of a rally out of the low. When we look at the 1 month overview, it's the Aeon card, big move to the upside. We push the upper end of a range. And also we have, we have on the overview congruency here at the end of the day with the Priestess card, which is a U-shaped dip. Congruency at the end of the 23rd with the Aeon card. So we go from overnight, it looks like that price level, there's a dip down to and through a support level and then back up above that support level. Either that or here early in the day on the 23rd, it looks like probably we return to above that support level. We're moving sideways along support, and there's a fast sudden move higher marking the end of a period of sideways rotation right around the open. That's after being pushed down in the pre-market or overnight due to some strong resistance. There's a U-shaped dip there early in the morning, and there's a lot of movement there early in the morning. So U-shaped dip, possibly with a big move to the downside, but then we come back up above that price point around, we break through it around 12 o'clock. I'm advised to be cautious between 11-ish and 12-ish. Close out of a trade, it looks like, cash out of a trade, to be cautious. And there's sideways fluctuations with a bullish trend that precedes a decline here between roughly, there's a U-shaped dip and it turns into sideways fluctuations with a bullish trend that precedes a decline. So in the midst of that bullish trend, there's a cash out opportunity right there at the around that price level, and then there's another drop. So we drop pretty hard off of that crest and come to a day's low or another prominent trough around roughly 1 to 2 o'clock. From that low, there is a big move to the upside, the start of a rally. Yeah, there's a failed attempt to break through key resistance around 12 o'clock. We break through a price level and we move higher and fail to break through a key resistance around 12 o'clock, likely the same price level as the preceding day's close. And then we drop pretty hard. There's a low there, like I said, or a prominent trough, I should say, there between 1 and 2 o'clock-ish. And then we have a move higher out of that low, revisiting a past opportunity at a crest in the midst of some erratic back and forth behavior between roughly 2 and 3. And we're bumping along resistance levels, and we may break through one and bump along resistance levels again. But what's really interesting is that we have this cross current of energy. So we've got We've got the Tower card in the last hour. Generally, that's a big move to the downside. However, it can also indicate a peak before a big move to the downside. Like in it, if there's not a lot of rallying beforehand or a notable high before going into it. And then we have resistance level and a trade opportunity right around the close, from which there's increasing volatility and failed attempts to break through key resistance level in the post market. So a big move to the upside based on correlations between, or congruencies, I should say, between the end of day cards and the Aeon card, and the day card and the Aeon card. So either there's a big move out of a drop here, there's a big move here to the upside, or possibly there's a drop here and we see that big move to the upside the following day. But it looks like there's an overnight trade here. So around an important resistance level, or after we break through an important resistance level, possibly. There's two important resistance levels here, to be clear. There's the one we break through around 12 o'clock-ish, and then there's the resistance level that we break through around, or that we meet the upper end of there's a resistance level that we break through around 12 o'clock on our way to another resistance level. End of day resistance level is important. There's a trade opportunity there in the midst of some failed attempts to break through key resistance, and then it looks like the following day we can cash out right at the open. Because we still have the Aeon card here, is why I think maybe there's, and it's also a low correlator, so maybe that's why maybe some of that move is over. It depends. If we're moving higher into the close of the 23rd, then this big move will be here, but it could be here towards the end of the day in this Ace of Swords and these multiple failed attempts to break through key resistance. There's also this reverse clairvoyant anchor indicating a higher price level than the low here. Okay, guys, that's the 23rd of August, 2022. Hit that like button if you want to see more of this. If you haven't subscribed, do so if you want to see more and you want to get the notifications whenever these readings come out, guys. It's all free. You can also get on our newsletter when I mentioned this overview of the 1 month. People on our free newsletter on tarotfortraders.com get that mailing list every month, a week ahead of the month usually. But that's August 23rd, 2022. Guys, when you make money from that reading, pay a little bit of that forward, pay a little bit of that backwards, take the rest and do whatever you want with it, and karma's going to throw it back at you tenfold in all directions. I'll see you on the next one.